Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome back to another fun episode of DevChatter. Give me 1 second. Oh man, look at that magic skill. I can just kind of disappear down below the screen. You all wish you could do that. So anyway, welcome back. We are here at DevChatter and today we are going to write code. I know that surprises all of you. We never write code on this channel. But what we are going to work on today will also not surprise you. We are going to continue on our C# chatbot using .NET Core and C#, obviously. And today we have a couple of pull requests that we're going to look at from people that they came in. Well, one a couple of days ago, one a couple of hours ago. Hey, and speak of the devil, Heloja, you are one of those pull request submitters? Submitters? Submit a pull request? Yeah, submitters. So, we are going to take a look at that on stream today, and then we are going to continue on the bot itself. I want to get the bot in a pretty good place today, so I want to wrap up some things. On Saturday, my plan is to work on our game tracker program. So the ASP.NET Core project that we started last week, we're going to continue on that. We want to get it to a nice stable point so that we can do a planned stream that we've got. I have invited a guest to be on our stream sometime within probably the next couple of weeks. And he is going to help us get a bit of, what's the word? Well, I'll say artificial intelligence, but really it's just a bit of machine learning. Essentially what we want to have happen is we want to train our ASP.NET program to be able to tell us what games you might like. And so the idea is that in our game tracker, we're going to have you record ratings of what games you like, probably like a scale, like a 1 to 5 scale, something like that. And he'll talk to us more about how that all works, and we'll go ahead and get that wired up. So that should be a fun one in the next couple of weeks. Hello, Arid Tag. Welcome, Heloja, everybody. Hopefully everybody's getting settled in and having a pretty good day so far. This is a fairly nice Thursday here. It's pretty warm and sunny out, so we'll see how things turn out. Which actually reminds me, I should make sure I have a fan on me, because it is going to get warm in this room, because I turned the AC off, so that we don't hear that. Hello, Problems. Hi, welcome. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I've got latest version on our master branch. We're going to do a little bit of getting at the beginning. So first thing we're going to take a look at, I want to take a look at Summer's code that he tossed in here for us. So, and welcome anybody that was lurking over in the C# Fritz stream. We just got an auto host from, actually maybe that's a regular host. I'm not sure. It says hosted. I thought it would say auto host if it was an auto host. Not sure. Anyway, welcome anybody that was lurking over there. We're going to be doing some C# code, but first we're going to take a look at our pull requests that we've got sitting around. I've taken a look at this code once before, and this is actually, I do know that this actually solves 2 issues, and it was kind of sent in together. So if you're watching the video, I don't know if you're here, Summer, but we want to make sure that these usually come in as 2 separate things. So when you do this, do 2 pull requests, and you can actually have the one be branched off the other, and that makes it so they can get merged. I think Arid Tag mentioned that in a comment, possibly somewhere, I'm not sure. So we took a look at some of this code, and actually we have a conflict. I might help with the revolving. Yeah, Jadisky, we're going to do the game tracker tomorrow. So chatbot today, a chatbot to game tracker tomorrow, a chatbot tonight. That really doesn't work as well as, tragedy tomorrow, comedy tonight. Hopefully someone got that reference. And it's another issue he commented on. Yes, Arid Tag. So this one is the other issue. This is basically checking to see that the so the issue on this one is that he came in here and wants to make it so that we exclude the streamer from the top command. So if I run the top command, are you kidding me? My chat just reset. That was weird. I'm gonna refresh my chat. Dark mode. Top. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Sant GR11. How old am I? Old enough to have been programming for over 20 years. So you go ahead and take a guess on that one, and we'll leave it at that. The top command, you'll notice, comes back, and right now it is not including me in that list. Thank you for the host there, Janiscu. And if I were to, for example, bonus my main account, which I can do here because I have this for testing. Well, that's true. I might have been programming when I was 10. I wasn't, but I might have been. Let's see. Which I guess tells you I'm at least 30 years old. Okay, so how much do I need to get to be on that list? 190, 200. I'll just bonus myself 200 points. And now I'm going to take a look at the top command again. Age is just a number. And see, it didn't get that. So I'm gonna have to take a look at that one. One of the bugs that we need to look at, we want to redo the way our currency works, and I'll show you guys what I'm planning on doing with that. Basically, I want to have more of our code talking directly to the database through our repositories. So we're gonna go ahead and make that work a little bit better. Okay, so I think based on this, so I put this little suggestion in here that instead of doing a roles equals that value and then saying, equals false, we could instead just say, that the role does not equal the role of the streamer, because you can do equality on enums, and it will do it based on the value of the actual enum. Okay, so Tinkwi, welcome, thank you for following, and I apologize if I messed up that name, and if you want me to say it correctly, just let me know, and tell me how to say it, and I will get it right next time. Okay, so this added an iCurrency2, add currency2 on our iCurrency generator. I kind of want to change our currency generator to be almost, we talked about this before, like the coin vault or something like that, where we get across the idea that this is the thing, not just that generates currency, but like where we send all operations that are going to add and remove currency would go through there. And then, let's see, followable system, although at the end of the day that could end up just being on chat users, but so we'll see how we do that. I just think it makes a lot of sense for one thing to deal with it. They could end up being methods on a chat user object that actually make the change to the currency of the individual, but let's see. Currency generator, followable system. Okay, so essentially he added the currency generator to our followable system and then adjusted it so that when it does a follow alert, it adds currency to the person based on this constant field here that we set, which I did already suggest that's fine as a constant for now, but we're going to want to move that into the database at some point. And I pointed that out because we probably don't want to put it in a config file, because we could put it in a config file, but we're eventually going to want to move it to the database anyway, because we're going to want people to... we're going to want to make it so that when you're actually configuring this app, you're doing it from a UI. So the bot is going to need its own UI at some point. So we're going to build that. And I'm going to make sure that I've got a pair when we start that. We'll be bringing on just anybody that's another ASP.NET dev, and either someone that's like an industry person that does like some kind of another stream or a video channel or something like that. We'll bring someone else that's an online developer, we'll say, probably. And then that'll end up switching to that. At the moment, when I win a game of rock, paper, scissors, it does not show how many coins I have won, at least for the winners. It would be nice to have the game show an amount of tokens gained. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. That seems like a pretty good first issue for someone that I would like someone to do. Heloja, I hope you're still here. I am going to go ahead and pull up your pull request, and we'll take a look at what's in this. It's your first contribution to a project on GitHub. Well, awesome. Congratulations. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click the Update Branch button first, because it is out of date. Good, you are here. Because I want to find out whether or not it's passing or not. But let's take a look at the change. Whoops, I'm going to have to refresh that. Added unit tests for the delete command. Okay. So this will be for one of the delete operations, I assume. Delete command should. Delete command tests. Let's see, delete command should, that, and that, and then... Unit test project? Service include on that? I'm wondering what that one is. I'll have to take a look. Okay, so... simple command, quote... okay, so it's the delete command that it's, okay, so... Repository, set up all commands, we create an inventories. Okay, so this is your constructor on that, and then you have should remove simple command from repository. Okay, yep, given user is mod. Given user is not mod, it should remove it from all commands? Do we want it to delete if they're not a mod? Is that the way it works right now? I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm going to take a look at that code. Let's go ahead and run it first off. So I am going to bring this up. We're going to go over to the pull requests. Whoops, wrong project. Sorry. Let's go ahead and pull down master because we've merged in some things. And then we are going to jump over to the pull request, added code for... Wait, that's not the right one. We want this one. There we go. Okay, so added unit tests for delete command. Let's go ahead and open up that project. So we're going to do this one. So let me get that on my clipboard and jump over to Visual Studio, and we are going to open this up. Go ahead and jump to symbol. So we are on delete command should, and from here we have a couple of things. Let's go ahead and run these tests. So we're going to take a look at the unit tests on this one, see how it works, and just see what we end up getting here. Okay, so these are passing. So that's interesting. So what that means is that all commands right now is actually deleting when we call the delete command operation. Okay, so my couple of questions for you, Heloja, is do you want me to make suggestions for what should get changed about this? Or do you want me to make changes and send them up? I can go either way on that one, so let me know. Okay, so here's the couple of things that I noticed first off. That's kind of weird. So this might indicate a bug that we've got in the code that you may have actually uncovered with this test. Okay, so If user can return, you need to be a moderator. So here's my thought: is if a user is not a moderator, we shouldn't do anything at all. So we should leave all the collections alone, right? So all commands, you're adding in all the commands, and then delete operation. So you're saying should not contain the quote command. Verified that a removal of the quote command got called. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So I think you may have uncovered a bug here. So, for example, so we have a Fritz command, right? Which is let's all wear hats. So then, you know, when that command happens, we all put on our hats, right? Oh, we don't put on our hats? Okay, sorry. I got confused. I thought that's how coding worked. Alright, so I'm wondering if it's something to do with our constructor setup here and the fact that the all commands collection gets modified. So let me show you what I think is happening here. Why your test is passing. Well, let's find out. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna run all the tests in this project and I'm gonna debug them. So we'll find out if it's just if it's the test that's wrong or if there's a bug in our code. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run that, and then I'm gonna hit F5. Okay, so the constructor did get called twice, once for each. Now let's go ahead and dig into the try to execute. We're gonna find out what actually happens in this thing. So, if we jump in here, I'm going to go into try to execute. And, okay, foo is our command word. And can run command, that's going to be false. Because our role is mod, which means that we're going to remove that. It says we're a mod. Oh, given user is mod. Oh, never mind, I misread that. Never mind, you're good. Tests are all right. So in that case, here's what so I misread that. Remove simple command from all commands given user is mod. Remove simple command from repository given user is mod. Okay, so you're checking both places. Nope, yep, that is perfect. All right, so here is the one piece that we need then. So I will make these comments out on that pull request. So here are the couple of things. So first off, we lowercase these ones as part of our naming. So do rename to underscore, you know, repository mock or something like that, and adjust others as well. So we're gonna add that single comment there, and then that should be fine. Oh, that's right. There's one other change that we want to make to this. So let's go ahead and open this up. So commands. So we did this one. Toss it inside of the operations folder. So move that inside of there. If that makes sense. So I am going to put that comment. Where can I put that comment? On here. Yeah. Move this class into the operations folder. So the reason we want that structure is that we want this to basically match the namespace, so commands and then operations. And then inside of operations, we're going to have the delete command test. But we actually want to move this into, we're going to say operations dot delete command operation tests. Yes, I know the name's kind of long, but it makes it really easy for us to know what they are. Move this class into the holder and namespace. So that's a slight adjustment there to that one. And then this class should get renamed once we do that. So these class names end up not being all that useful. Yes, DevChatter. The class names end up not being that great, but we get a really nice structure out of it, and most test runners, including now the one that's built into Visual Studio, will do a hierarchical display, so you do get to see what it's doing there. Okay, so what we want to do is we want this to match the method name. So we want to do a try. So we could do a try to execute, which so then what it ends up reading as is delete command operation tests try to execute should, and then whatever the thing is that it should do. And then for this one, in our setup, we create a simple command, does foo and bar. I like it. Bot command takes a quote command, has a mock repository in it, and its command word is foo. Although, interestingly, yeah, we just confirm that it attempts to remove it. So, should remove it from that, and then should remove it from that, and then we're just verifying that that collection got modified, accessing it by reference. We're setting our user role to mod. That's the only thing we need to do. Command word, and that, and yeah. No, that's good. And then I'm going to say, what is this change? Is it needed? I don't know why that change got in there. So if you do know what that is referencing, I mean, I could go look, but I'm not sure what that one is. So I am going to click review the changes, request changes, make a couple of formatting structure changes, and it's good. So overall, I like it. Works well, and it is better than what we've got. The other thing that I have one other comment that I want. Whoop. Oh, that's just me. The other thing I would suggest is it would be good to include in this the other path as well, which is that the non-mod gets prevented, that when the non-mod does this, it doesn't have these effects. Okay. Commented. So basically, what you've got is you have one happy path in here, Halosia. So generally, when you're unit testing, you wanna get like you wanna focus on the first thing you try to do is you try to do like a happy path and a sad path, and then you can determine how many other tests you want to do. So here, you did just the happy path, which is we're a mod, we did this, and everything's fine. We want to test the sad path as well. So the alternate path, which is you came in as a non-mod, and we just want to make sure that it did not call that. So you can verify that this was called never. So it'd be like times never or something like that on this one. And then you would want to do the reverse of this and confirm that the quote command was still in after the non-mod executed it. Does that make sense, Halosia? And I know there's going to be a delay on that response. Problems. That is a huge question. The time required to be a decent programmer, it varies a lot based on developer, what kind of experience you want to be, and what you consider to be decent programmer as well, because that's a very subjective comment to say that someone's a decent programmer. I have worked with developers that have come out of a boot camp that had been programming only for like 12 weeks that were great developers. And I've worked with people that have been programming for 30 plus years that I can't believe are allowed behind a keyboard before. And I'm not really going to name names of like anybody like that, for obvious reasons that I don't want to like drag people's names through the mud or anything. But there's a lot of variance in like quality of developer. But then even within that space, there's a lot of debate over what makes someone a decent developer. Yeah, Heloja. Sorry, I'll get back to your question in a second, Problems. Yeah, so when you first get started unit testing, the big thing is just trying to get that too. So like the question that I would always get asked, I used to run a lot of workshops where I would teach, like introductory TDD stuff. Going back like a decade or so. And the question that would always come up is how many tests should I write? And things like that. And the first thing is always write the happy path and the sad path. Do those two if you can. And that's like your minimum point. And then you want to do as many as it takes to give you some confidence that the code works. Because obviously if you just write tests forever, that's just extra code that has to get maintained. So you don't want to write too many tests. So there's a balance in there. And I think in this case you want to get those too. So Problems, if we want to define a decent developer as someone that you would trust to go work on a project on their own, say for a business, I would say someone is like, it really depends on the developer, because there are a number of people that even after programming for a couple of years, I would say I wouldn't always trust them to work on their own on a project, but I've worked with some developers that have, were coding for 6 months that I would have let go on a project. So I don't think there's a specific amount of time. There's a lot of variance. So, but there are a lot of fantastic developers out there, especially when you see all the code that everybody's writing all the time. Lots of good stuff. Okay. So we're going to request changes on that one, and then this one I think I also wanted to request changes on, which is to get these two, to get that change fixed. Tweak the top user filter, and I wouldn't complain about this getting split into 2 PRs, but I'm willing to merge them together if that's too hard. Merge them, I should say, as one. Because if Summer doesn't know how to actually split it apart like that, then I don't want to be like, oh yeah, no, you can't do that. So okay, there we go. All right, let me catch up on chat there. You know how much harder it is to make a Twitch bot more full scale without the API? By the API, do you mean the Twitch API, or do you mean like TwitchLib, Robbie? And yeah, I don't want to... We could have gone, like, even when we were starting this project, people were wondering if we were going to write things with, writing our own library and making our own connection to Twitch, or just depend on a library like TwitchLib. And that was a pretty easy decision for me to just say, we're going to depend on TwitchLib for now. And even when we started that, I said at some point, if we get to a time where we say, yeah, we want to go and write, our own code, not for the sake of creating another library, but just, because we want to learn how it works, it's really easy to replace that. I mean, literally the extent to which TwitchLib is even in our library at all is everything related to Twitch is just in this project. So nothing outside of this project really knows much about Twitch at all. And so that makes it so that if we ever did want to change things, write our own Twitch connections, or even partially do it, like use TwitchLib for most things and maybe write our own pieces for some others, we could do that and it wouldn't be much trouble at all. So, okay. Let's go ahead and write some code. So we're going to hold off on those two. So we have requested changes on both of those. And, oh, actually, you know what? This has been sitting for a while. Oh, it's got conflicts that I don't want to resolve on stream. So we're not going to get that one for now. Let's go ahead and first things first, I want to see if any issues are on here that I have marked as on stream. Okay, so yeah, we could work on our heist game. So we'll take a look at the heist game. So in order to get that working, I'm going to go ahead and open up heist game. We apparently haven't worked on it in 12 days, so that's quite a while. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the git shell. Now, a lot of times what I would do with this is I would do a rebase on this, but I'm not, because it's been so long, I'm not sure how pretty that's going to be, and I happen to know that this has quite a few commits on it. At least I'm pretty sure it does. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to do a merge from master. So that is actually just going to pull in all of our changes from master. And, ooh, we had a conflict somewhere in setup bot. That's not all that surprising. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to setup bot. Setup bot. And since it's up here, we're just going to do that. Which is pretty much the easiest change we can make. Suzuna, yeah, TwitchLib may be overkill for some projects because it's a wrapper for everything Twitch has. It may contain lots of stuff you don't need, and therefore it's just overhead. Yeah, so Suzuna is completely correct. TwitchLib, by its very nature, is going to essentially model and map. Qbuck, welcome, thank you for following. It's going to map everything in the entire Twitch API, all 3 APIs, version 3, 5, and the new Helix one, so at least until it stops supporting the V3 and 5, which are the deprecated APIs. And so because of that, it's kind of large, so most projects aren't going to need it. In fact, we don't use the entire thing here either. Okay, so what do we got in here? So head and then master. So master's here. We don't need these anymore. Heist game are the only ones that are relevant to us. So these just must have had a change from this. So we're going to get rid of those. And then I am going to steal these, shifting them over to our other registry. So what is it? It's DevBot core module. Should be over here. So we're going to move the heist game over here for now. Putting it right there. And now we are going to go ahead and add our usings there. Okay, so cool. Oh, you killed V3 already. Okay, well, good job. I actually still need to update. Suzuna, you are going to laugh your butt off when you see this. But you should see I am still depending on where's TwitchLib? Not in here because we don't reference it there. Right. I said this moments ago. It's only in this project. TwitchLib 1.6.1. I still have not updated on this. I need to. I'm gonna do it eventually. Don't you worry. And actually, since you're here, maybe today's even a good day for it. Okay. Okay, Qbuck. Hey guys, can anyone suggest a good .NET books and courses? Qbuck, let me know what you are thinking about. In fact, I think I may have some recommendations of books down below. So you might see those already. Let me go ahead and load up my stream here. Why didn't this actually load? I didn't load any of my panels. So down below the stream, well, nope. Okay. All right, it's not up there. I think I've got book recommendations down below for some things, but it depends on what you want to do. So .NET is a huge thing. So if you mean ASP.NET Core, there are good books on that. But if you want to learn C# really well, I'd recommend C# in Depth, which is John Skeet's stuff. I haven't read them, but I happen to know how smart John Skeet is. There are a number of other books. It depends specifically on what you're trying to do. Problems. You've been studying C# for about 8 months now, and you've been able to grasp every concept this far. You're always hungry to learn more, get projects. I have no idea. Yeah, so problems. Part of the challenge there is small-scale examples and things like that get you the fundamentals of the language, but like real-world projects tend to be much more complicated. And one of the challenges that you'll run into with a lot of open-source projects you'll find on GitHub and things like that is that they're fairly complicated. And the reason for that partially is that a number of open source projects get contributions from a lot of people, so the style won't be as consistent all the time and other stuff like that. So it happens. I could explain a lot of things, especially about what's going on in our project and why it is structured the way it is. And yes, Azuna, we have old versions of all kinds of things. Yeah, so yeah, if people have suggestions for good books and courses, that would be good. Oh, yeah, I guess I could... So the other thing I do, aside from this one, I could point to this course and be like, look, Steve Smith has a course on this website. Look at this. ASP.NET Quick Start. You know, blah, blah, blah. So you can learn ASP.NET Core from Steve Smith. I could totally point to that. Okay, so... is there a reason you're using .NET Core? Plan to run it on Linux? So Fletcher King, the reason we're using .NET Core, a couple of reasons. First off, it's fun. Second, it's very lightweight, and for example, we could run it on Linux in a Docker container, for example, if we wanted to. Not that we're necessarily going to do that, but building it for .NET Core leaves us open to that. Because .NET Core is a smaller, lighter weight framework, it leaves us open to more possibilities, so we get more freedom and control over what we want to do in the future. Whereas with full .NET framework, we could get more power out of the framework that we're using right now, but it locks us in, and so we get more choice with things by doing .NET Core. So I should say welcome TKD Boy 555. Thank you for following. Hopefully you're enjoying DevChatter today. Fletcher King, C# in a nutshell. Yeah, I've actually heard good things about that as well. And we had someone who's... Wow, Zazuna, that's an old version. Anything that starts with C is good. C*, yeah, root guy. C, C++, C#. I'm a big fan of all those languages. And then someone whose name I can't even read, Zuri. Yo, I've been programming for about a year now, but I've never seemed to have energy to program in my spare time, only at work. Is this normal, or am I not committed? Zuri, no, that is actually totally fine. Most developers actually don't put in all that much extra effort outside of the workday. The one thing I would caution you on is if you work at a company that does not put in effort to try and keep you current with the skills and technology, then you might need to put in extra effort somewhere. So that's one of the important things. By its very nature, our industry is constantly moving. The code that I write today is fairly dissimilar from the code I wrote 5 years ago, is fairly dissimilar from the code that I wrote 5 years before that. And so because the technology keeps moving, as I need to work on new projects and use new techniques and new technology, new tools and everything, I need to stay up to date on that. Now, if you work at a company where they're going to send you to conferences, bring in consultants to do training and mentoring work and things like that directly for the team, then doing stuff outside is not as important. And as developers, you got to make sure that you keep in mind that you shouldn't be stressing yourself out, and it is totally okay to not be like burning the midnight oil, reading about programming languages, in your off hours. You will have people that do that, but it is certainly not a mandatory thing as a developer. So don't feel that pressure and don't feel bad about it. It's basically the short answer there. Not to say that it's not good if you do it. There are some benefits. I really enjoy programming, so that's part of why I do this. And we'll call this my spare time. Because the other stuff I do is I do independent consulting. So clients hire me to either just write code for them, or I also do training and mentoring work, which if I weren't working on this, I would be working on that. So this sort of is my off time. I just do it in the middle of the day because then, I'm independent, so I can work pretty much whenever. But that gives me the chance to catch more people because I get Europe in their evening and I get the US during the day, so it works out nicely. And Thursday is my early stream. Most of my streams I wouldn't even have started yet, so this is an early start for me. On Mondays and Tuesdays I start at 2, so which it's almost 1 my time. Root guy, my answer would be study. That's about the only one I got for you there. Let's go ahead and open up our game. So let's bring up our heist game. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. I resolved the conflict. Let me go ahead and commit that. Hang on. Git add. Come on. Why won't it? Oh. Yeah, I had to get the other one. I had to move it to the correct spot, so give me the thing. You're not actually gonna make me type that, are you? DevChatterBot.core, and then DevChatterBot module.cs. There we go. Oh, actually, it already has the message in here, so I'm gonna click that. That was a good idea. I could have just done this. Duh. Alright. That was silly, Brendan. Why did you do that? Alright, 46 commits. Nice. I waited a little bit long on that, don't you think? Oh, and anybody who is wondering, all the source code in our project is out on GitHub, and if you're wondering, that bot that is actually out there and responding in chat, so if you look over there, the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see the chat box in there. All the code we do on this channel is out on GitHub, and you can find it at github.com/devchatter. And in addition to that, the bot that is actually running in our chat is this bot. It is actually this version running out of Visual Studio right now. We often run the live build. So what we're actually working on. I'm going to go ahead and stop it so that we're using our heist game. Delegates and events. We have some events in this project problems. So there are actually some in here. But there are some good examples of that I can show you at some point. We have there is a developer who I have a good deal of respect for, and I've worked with plenty before, who has a nice starting point project that's basically like his base project that you can use to start a new project on, and oh, wait, hang on. What happens if I do this? Out of curiosity. Nope. But this one I could do, right? Yeah. So I'm actually good with that being one line, but I just wanted to test out that change. So I was testing out the surrounds with keyboard shortcut. Yesterday we had a a little bit of a different stream. We did a bonus stream yesterday. We don't usually do a Wednesday stream, and we invited on Mark Miller, and he showed me how to use CodeRush because I really didn't know how to use it. Developers. Thanks, Juniscu. And Echo Strike, thank you for the lurk. Yeah, anybody feel free to lurk here whenever you're doing stuff. So if you want to just put us on in the background and just listen to DevChatter, that's fine. Or if you just leave it running, we don't care. Whatever we want to do. Okay, so right now we're currently just grabbing this heist. We're gonna fail a heist, but I think I want to change how heisting works. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the bot. We're going to restart it. We're going to bring in the bot that knows how to heist, because we were running the bot from the master branch. We're going to bring in the bot that knows about the heist game so that we can start testing this. So you all should have seen the bot leave the channel. He says goodbye, and now he's back in, so this is the bot. And I'm going to go ahead and say heist, and that should go ahead and start up a heist. And Async Awake, welcome. Thank you for the lurk. So now the bot is up and running, and we've got our heist game going. So, let's see. So the heist game's a little more complicated than I'd like, but I want to make some changes to it. So what I want to do first off is, I want to make it so that when you start a heist, you actually have to like intentionally start the heist, and instead of just calling the heist and have it automatically start. But we'll see. Anyway, when it attempts to create a heist, here's what I want to do. So I want to go in here and I want to make it actually do the. So there you go. So Qbot just joined the heist as our thief. So what I want to do is, right now, we're having everybody join, and then here's my thinking. I was originally going to say, everybody joins the heist. We all gather a group of people together for a heist, and then once everybody's gathered together, then we go on the heist, and it randomly selects which heist we're doing, and determines how we did. But I think I kind of want to make it more strategic, so my thought is this. I want to make it so that the first step is choosing the heist, and then it tells everybody, hey, you're going on this heist. And then once you're on the heist, then once the heist is started, that's when the recruiting period starts. And so even the person that started the heist needs to choose a role. And yeah, we're gonna lose. So because there's no way to win the heist right now. All you do is lose the heist. Luckily, there's no penalty for losing. Okay, so if the game is running, just return. But then we want to do a role check. So can user run command. And then we're sorry, but you're not experienced enough sibling to organize a heist like this one. And then return. Okay, so these are our two safety checks that bail us out early. So those are our guard clauses there. Start the game. Is the game running? Equals true. So we set that to true. We set up a couple of delayed messages, a last call to join message, and one that actually starts the heist. So these are our delayed messages that we get going. We add them to our automated action system, and they should do something. I haven't seen them go, but maybe it's not running. 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, okay, so these might not be running. We'll have to check on those and see why they're not going, but we'll take a look. Okay. Yeah, nice. But, and if you want to see a list of commands, you can pretty much just guess, and those are commands that are available. Okay. So, in order to make this thing work, the next step that I want to do is I want to have us select the heist that we're going on. So, let's make a what is it? It's property. What is this? Is it this one? I don't remember what it is. Oh, it's an A. No? Auto property? No, P was point. All right, I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Okay, so we want a property of type. I guess what is it? Heist mission. So we're gonna say selected heist. So heist mission selected heist gets set. So that is how we're gonna have a selected heist. So we're gonna call this not that. We're gonna actually make it private and underscore selected heist. We are gonna assign it equal to null. Then what we are going to do is in this we're going to say is game running. We're going to say selected heist equals new heist mission. So let's go steal that failing heist that we've got wherever it was we put it, right here. We're going to go ahead and assign this to our selected heist. And then what we're going to do is when we go the other direction and we finish the game, so if I go is game running, true, false, okay? We're going to say selected heist equals null, so we're going to lose whatever heist we were on because we're done. This is our clear phase where we want to reset all the different values. So selected heist equals null. When you call void, are you actually producing a voided place? Void? You talking about these void methods here? Void methods are actually just, it means it's a method that doesn't have a return type. So it's a method that doesn't return anything is all that one is. And Qbot, could you please add a learn command to show some useful links to .NET Core resources for newcomers like me? Absolutely. So one of the best places to actually get started is where's the here we go. So let's do cmd add learn. You can learn stuff here. Learn. There you go. That is a great place to start for learning C# and .NET. I'll add some other stuff later, but now there's a learn command, and so you'll see that I just used our own command system to do that, and in fact I used an alias version, so kind of neat. It actually uses our commands, our operators, and everything, because there's a command for the command, which we were able to contact using our aliases, so very nice, Robbie. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to learn C#. It's a very good language. In fact, there used to be, that website I went to, dot.net, I don't know if it still exists somewhere, but it used to be that the initial, like, getting started, like, learn to use C# tutorial that was on there, I was one of the authors of, one of basically 3 authors and the primary editor for a tutorial that used to be there. Merging in Microsoft happened, and I'm not sure where it happened. I'm not sure where it got to be honest. It's still out on GitHub, all the content is, but I don't know where it is these days. If it's still anywhere, to be honest. Let's see. So we set up our heist. So we're going to do a random selection of a heist. And I'm actually going to hide this in a method. Extract a method, and we're going to call this method pick random heist. I want to put these in a method as well. Schedule automated actions. And then, okay, so pick random heist. You know what? I don't want that to be... This is gonna be a void method. I'm gonna actually move this code into it. So we're gonna make that a void method. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna say there is no return. It's just selected heist. Whoops. This is not static. Selected heist equals new heist mission, and then instead of calling it this, we are going to go ahead and say select random heist. Okay, so now we're going to select a random heist, and actually, let's go ahead and add a parameter. We're going to add in the chat client. So adding in the chat client, and really? I'm not sure why I wouldn't notice that. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to come down here and we're going to say send a message, and in that message we are going to say oh, actually I'm going to leave that out of here. Is organizing a... I'm going to say selected heist dot name. So now it's going to say is organizing a failing heist. That's going to be kind of pathetic. All right, let's take a look at what happened here. Oh, yeah, Robbie can't post links. All right. Yeah. So yeah. We don't let people just post links in chat. So okay. Learn. Yeah. So you could, for example, just whisper that to each other. Let's see. I read C#, the player's guide, and it was good for me. What would you use to program the sensory information being transmitted in haptic feedback wearables? You're right, that's a weird question. I don't know enough about those wearables to say. It depends on how they work. Actually, I'm wondering something. Can I do that? No. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and stop the bot. We're going to go ahead and restart it. And we're going to take a look at what it says about this heist. So it should now say that I'm starting a failing heist. And that'll be our random selection of a heist. Okay, so the bot is back in here. Let's see if it does it. Is organizing a failing heist. Cool. Alright, so... Oh yeah, I forgot I did that. Anyway. Okay, so preferred roles, heist roles, it was a new list of heist roles, and then we're gonna add them in when we have that. So then attempt heist, get party strength, heist mission result, and then we want to be able to pick a random one from a set. So we have some code for doing random, so utility my random, choose random. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Inside of our heist game, we're gonna say selected heist equals my random dot choose random item. And for it, we are going to say heist mission dot what? Private oh. I'll make it internal for now. Missions. So we want to choose a random one of those. Cannot implicitly convert one of those into one of those. Okay, so this is choices, any, that, turn false, that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to say underscore, comma, selected heist, that, done. Okay. So now we're actually doing a random choice of one of those. So we're going to randomly select one of these. Now the heist should actually work. So let's go ahead and see what we get. I'm going to go ahead and stop the bot again. So let's go ahead and stop the bot. It'll say bye in the chat room. So you should all see that over on the right hand side of the screen. It said bye over there. Now we're going to go ahead and bring this back up again. And you'll see our bot's loading up here. It is running as a console application because our bot doesn't need to run as anything else. We do all of our configuration of the bot through our chat channel. It has a fairly good command system for handling aliases, addition of new commands, and all kinds of other configuration all through the chat. So for now, let's go ahead and start a heist. So DevChatter is organizing a museum heist. Type heist or heist role to join the team. So there we go. And I joined as a driver. Okay, so it currently has me automatically joining the heist. So right now, the change I've made so far is move heist mission selection to start. So we've made it so that it now does this as the beginning thing. Welcome back, Echo Strike. Hopefully you had a pretty good lurk there. We are working on our heist game. So I moved our random selection of the heist to the beginning. Anybody that didn't know, that underscore that I used there as the return type. So first off, this is a tuple, or tuple if you prefer, in C# 7+, and the implementation of tuples in C# 7 is actually quite nice. And basically what I did was I constructed a tuple right here using my field and a discard, which is what that underscore is, and it basically just keeps references to both of these, and it'll let me essentially unpack, so it deconstructs this object into these, and a discard basically just means ignore the value, and you can use as many of them as you want. So I technically could have, done 2 underscores, and that's also totally valid, but obviously I want the selected heist to be set by this random selection. So Okay. Technically, I could respond to this. So I'm going to say to do handle the failure case with some kind of logging. All right, so there we go. Yes, Echo Strike. Coins have been reset. Okay, so we're now doing a random selection at the beginning. So the next thing we need to do is I need to figure out why our delayed message actions aren't happening. So to do that, I am going to jump over to our automated action system and interface there. My automated action system, and now we're going to hop down here and add action to the list. So I'm going to stop the bot. We're going to run it again, this time in debug mode. We're going to start up the heist. So I've got a breakpoint on our action invoke there. We're going to take a look at what happens when I start up a heist. Okay, so the bot should be back in. We're going to go ahead and do a heist. So I'm going to drop a breakpoint there just for a second, so I can catch that. The actions, we should have a few in here. So we have our currency update, we have our automated message, and then the only other two automated actions are this one, and its next runtime is 115. Oh, I bet I know the problem. Which one is this? One-time callback. That's doing a comparison on UTC now. And then the other one is doing UTC now, and this one's doing now. Okay, so I think I know the problem. Let's go ahead and get this thing just going free again. Yeah, hang on. Alright, stop that, exit. Okay, so here is the problem as far as I can tell. Let's go ahead and open up the Heist Game. So inside of our Heist Game, we are creating these. Heist delay in seconds, so delayed message action. This should be... I want to make this UTC now on all these things, just in case. Because why not use UTC? It's way safer. They did match those, so that was fine. This is based on a delay in seconds, so we're going to do UTC now on both of those, and then this one as well. Okay, this one's already using UTC now, which is good. So, these side by side. Oh, oops. Is it time to run? They're doing the exact same thing. UTC now needs to be greater than time of next run. So I'm going to put my breakpoints on these for now. And I'm going to go ahead and run this. TKD Boy 555. Sounds like you're leaving. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. So the bot's back in here. I'm going to go ahead and start up a heist. So we're checking, is it time to run? So next run time is supposed to be 519. It is currently 518. So I'm going to switch my breakpoint over into the invoke method, just in case so we don't miss it. And I'm going to wait a little bit of time. We're going to find out what it does with us. Sequence contained. What user was it trying to find? Yep. That is exactly the piece that I want to refactor. Is you'll remember I talked about we need to change our currency handling and everything like that. I want to have that start talking to the database, make some changes with that, and hopefully make all that stuff much nicer than it is today. Alright, I thought it should have run by now. Let's go ahead and toss the breakpoint on there and see what's going on. These must have gotten removed from the collection or something, right? They must have. Twitchloff, hey, welcome. Yeah, I'm guessing they got removed. So let's go ahead and take a look. Automated action system. We're going to open it back up. We are going to drop this breakpoint right here. We're going to take a look at what's inside of actions. That or run necessary actions isn't getting called. Where even are we? Yeah, we're read line. Okay. That's weird. Bot main system run necessary actions. Okay, I see what's going on here. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the bot. And we are gonna jump over into the automated action system. And we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna click on this, and I'm gonna go ahead and do I want to do that one? Try catch. There we go. Wow, this didn't get that? I should mention that one to Mark Miller there. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, so I want to make sure that we catch those exceptions. So I don't want any exception to come out of these things. So, actually, maybe I should put this a level higher. Well, no, because I don't want any of these to do anything. So, for one thing, I'm going to do a console write line and pass in EX. So we're going to two-string that thing, throw it in there. So we're going to see our exceptions getting thrown in here. And we're not going to let it bomb out. So what was happening is there's a bug in our currency system, which is the one I was telling you I want to fix up anyway. So it makes sense that that's the one where there's an issue. Then what we want to do is we want to make it so that Problems, we will be. I haven't put in our eventing structure for any of that yet, but I would like to handle it. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and print it out. And I want to see if that fixes it so that the heists work again. Essentially, I think what was going on is after about a minute, it was trying to give everybody currency, and it's failing to correctly keep track of all the people, and it was throwing an exception because of that. And that's the issue that I want to clean up how that works. And so then once it does that correctly, we are going to be able to make it so that the bot doesn't have an issue, and the heist should be able to wrap up correctly. But yes, we're going to do a concept called domain events problems, and so that's how we're going to do it. There it is. So it is attempting to add. So we are failing to add currency to people, and that is actually what's causing these to bomb. Okay, so first things first, we are going to get this issue fixed right here. So we're going to fix the automated action system first. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to switch over to the master branch. I'm going to do it correctly. GTI, no, git, status, git, stash, dash u. So I'm going to go ahead and stash everything. Yes, exactly, problems. That's why we don't want to have this actually making this command, is that we want to keep separation of concerns. So the automated action system shouldn't be worried about notifying people. It shouldn't be dealing with errors. It should just be like either using a logging system or something like that, and shouldn't be reporting them. But we do need to get our logging system, but we also want to have events for various things. So both of those need to end up getting in the system. There's some longer term pieces that we want to get in place. So I'm going to go ahead and check out master. So I'm going to pop those back off the stash. One of them's not going to work well, and that's fine. I'm not worried about it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit this change. So I'm going to say wrap automated actions in try catch. And I'm not going to commit it to master. I'm going to commit it to a branch off of master, which we're going to call resilient automation. It's going to be our branch name. What is it? Git stash list. Git stash list. Thank you. Git stash list. Okay. Stash that again. Git checkout dash b benric, and I was calling it resilient automation. Git stash pop. Okay, we've got our change again. So the only thing we actually want to commit is this top one. What? Did it not actually move me to that branch? No, it didn't. It already exists. Son of a gun. Git stash dash u. I'm not paying attention apparently. Okay. Git stash pop. I love how the bot calls us idiots for planning our heist on a Twitch stream, and then we fail because the cops were watching the Twitch stream. I think it's a hilarious suggestion. Def Sultan, welcome. Thank you for following. What a lovely day! Mad Max Fury Road, for anyone that doesn't know where that reference is coming from. Okay, so git status, git stash, and then git checkout, Enric heist to git stash, bop, git rebase master. No, I don't want to do that. Git. Oh, I didn't. Derp, 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 derp. Yeah. That's the right one. When you do the stupid thing and you don't actually, you know, merge in your pull request. Okay, so I want to merge this one in. That's just wrapping and try catch doing a console thing. So that's actually going to tell us about our issues. Wrap automated actions and try catch. Create a pull request. I'm going to go ahead and merge this one in. So sorry guys. I'm going to merge it in as soon as that's ready. So then if I hop over here, I'm going to just need to merge master once that's ready. And that'll make it resilient enough that we shouldn't run into a problem, and the heist should keep running. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that issue maybe after this, maybe not, we'll see. But let's go ahead and continue on with our heist action while we wait for GitHub to catch up with us. So if we open up our heist game again, we've now made it so we do our selection of the heist at the beginning, which lets people plan what role they want to choose in case they want to choose one that's more relevant to the heist we're on. So that'll make things a little better. Next thing that we want to do, when we actually start the heist, we're not going to choose this random one like this. We're already doing that. But we're going to do selected heist, attempt heist, and then that's how that's going to work. So now when we actually attempt the heist, we should be selecting whatever one we picked. So is organizing a mob bank robbery. There we go. Totally safe, shouldn't cause us any problems. So now if we take a look at what happens in attempt heist, we're doing some weird stuff. We're gonna have to figure out what we actually want to do to make this heist work. We're just kind of making it up right now. But essentially I just have it like choosing, there's basically just a random number, and I wanted to make it so that like the people in the party could improve your chances of winning. So party strength is basically we take all the heist members and party strength, heist rolls. So we take all the rolls that we brought along, and then what we're doing is we are basically saying if you brought one of the rolls that's relevant to the heist, you get 10 points. If you didn't, you get 5. We're bringing along all the rolls, and then we're going to go ahead and say that's your party total. We're choosing a random number, and you need to be below that. Now we're going to want to have some other factors like, you know, how difficult the heist is, other things like that. Now heist difficulty might just end up being how, you know, should be some kind of a factor. That's what that 100 is right now. Somehow you all managed to complete the... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna throw a breakpoint in there. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Halosha. Yeah, because you were a little late joining there. A little faster next time and you would have gotten in. So let's go ahead. We're gonna... well, let's check on GitHub, see how that build is going on. It's done. I'm gonna go ahead and merge it in for now. And then as soon as it's merged, I'm gonna delete that branch. We are going to hop back over here, and then from here I'm going to do a git merge master. Will that work? Nope. Git pull. This ought to do it. Nope. Get checkout master. Get stash. Get checkout master. Get pull. Get checkout. Heist game. Whoops. Nope. Get checkout. Heist game. Whoops. Benrick. I have a couple of extras I need to delete there. Get branch dash D. I'm going to get rid of that the other heist game. Okay. Get checkout Benrick. Get stash. Oh. And then we should be good here. You fix the issues in your PR. Feel free to check it out when you have time. I will. Thank you. Good work. Okay, so now we've got that. So now we're... Okay, so... use randomly selected heist. Okay, so now what I want to do... we are going to... take a look at our heist. So, heist mission. We're going to come down here. We're going to toss a breakpoint over here. We're going to go ahead and run this in debug mode. And Echo Strike, I can spare some advice for you. You have a method that works from your unit test project, but not from your MVC project. What do you mean by doesn't work? Doesn't compile? Or when your test runs it, things pass as expected, but not when MVC runs it? So yeah, I can potentially help with that. Okay, so our bot should be running. Is it seriously already throwing that exception? Or did I leave an old version running? I left an old version running. No, I think it was just the copying of the output files. Yeah, it was just the copying of the output files because I left an old version running. Alright. And Haloja, I'll probably pull up your code here in a sec. So, heist. Heist. Alright. Let's get rid of those, because we know this is working now. Let's get rid of these, because we know those are working now. I just realized I'm probably going to catch on those exceptions that we're throwing. Just going to be... Well, no, because they're not going to be unhandled, so we won't catch them. That'll be nice. That's fantastic. Good job, try-catches. Way to fix our problems. Okay. We should be getting to our messages soon. Come on. Alright, so that's our exception being thrown, which I was hoping we wouldn't run into. So, is it going? Should be going, right? Come on, guys, join the heist, quick. Time's running out. And the fun part is if I try to join the heist again, it's like, sorry, the heist is full. What? No, you're supposed to be giving me a message that I'm already on it. Heist is the heist. Jewelry store is a heist. Method takes a string, post async to a remote API. From my unit test it works great. From my MVC app it never returns a response, even if I increase the timeout to 10 minutes. So your method's calling a remote API, and Your unit test can call... Are they calling the same remote API, or are they calling different ones in the test versus the MVC app? Whoa. Did I leave an instance of the bot running? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I just forgot how many messages Rock, Paper, Scissors actually posts in chat. Especially if you don't pick. Okay. So, the heist. Is the heist still going? Everybody join the heist, guys. Just go ahead and type heist. Let's force it to go. If we just get 8 people that actually type in chat, that will actually make it go. So I know a lot of people in here just lurk around and don't like to talk, but just type exclamation point heist for us there, and we'll go ahead and get this heist started. Thank you, Yarksy. Thank you, Async Awake. Let's get a couple more people in there. Echo Strike, Kaloja, thanks. Lorfdale, I like it. Okay, did it actually go? Join the heist, join the heist. It's full. It didn't start. Yeah, it does help to spell heist correctly. Didn't I alias Heist for you? Thought I aliased Heist. Alias, add, heist, Heast. There you go, now Heast works. Yeah, it's Lorfdale, not Lord Fail. I like it. It was good. It was good. Because the funny part is if you read it wrong, then you failed. So, all right. So for some reason, we didn't. Oh, right. Yeah. Get status. Get. Checkout. Get. Merge master. Push. Derp. Sorry, guys. My bad. Derp. Yeah, that was a fail right there, huh? How's that for a fail? No one saw that. No one saw that. No one saw that. Nothing happened. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. I didn't mess up. Mess up? Me? Never! Never! I've never made a mistake before in my entire career as a software developer. Right. Anyway, we're going to pretend that one didn't happen and start it again. So, awesome. Thanks for hopping in the heist there, guys. Let's see what we get. What is this one? This one is a bank robbery. Hopefully this bank robbery doesn't, get us arrested or anything. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Alright. If a couple more people join the heist, it'll trigger without having to wait the time, which would probably be convenient. Yeah, exactly. Only 30 seconds left. Async Awake has joined the heist. There we go. So we have a driver. What do we have in here? We've got a grifter, a carrier, a hitter, a hacker, a tech, and a driver. So we got someone to drill open the vault, someone to, distract the guards and everything, someone to drive our getaway vehicle, someone to carry the bags, someone to beat up anybody that causes trouble. I'd say that's a pretty good set for a bank robbery. There we go. We're in. We're in. Here we are. Okay, so our random number is 81. We want to be below the random number, don't we? Uh-oh. That was a large random number. Okay, so here's what we got. We have 6 people coming on the heist. And they are going to come in here. We have the grifter first. The grifter was one of the ones we wanted. The carrier is one of the ones we wanted. The hitter was not one that was all that relevant to this heist. The hacker apparently was also not all that relevant to the heist. The tech was relevant, so that got us that one. The driver has got to be relevant. Okay, so with that set of people, we had a 50-50 chance of succeeding. Alright. That's not bad. But we're about to get caught, everybody. Oh. Async awake. Yeah. Yeah, I could see why that one would be a problem. Alright, so... Cool. So that does seem to work. No, yeah, Lorfdale, that is a different one. That is an entirely different stack trace. That is not actually from this one. That's a different stack trace. So that is a different exception that we've got that's being thrown. Elsewhere, we need to fix that one separately, so we're not terribly worried about it. So let's see. I'm full German. What am I supposed to say? Oh man, we got a lot of Germans here. Guten Tag, wie geht's? Wow, I legit thought that was... Alright, guys. Alright. I'm gonna rename that role. Because you got them... What? It thinks I misspelled this. No, yeah, we're gonna add that to the dictionary. That's how you spell grifter. Leave me alone. So we want to rename this. So we're going to rename this as Thug. Congratulations, it's now a thug. No longer will you be confused by this. You're welcome, everybody. Alright. It could be a historical heist. Oh yeah, Hitman could work. Hitman could work. Except Hitman implies that we're killing people, and we don't want him to actually kill anybody. Yeah, see, now you can sleep at night. Yeah. Alright, so we can start up that heist again. One of these ones, we're actually going to win it. That's a good suggestion, Summer, making it a Hitman. And, Summer, did you catch the beginning of the stream? If you did, if you didn't, you can check out the video afterwards. We did review your pull request and requested some changes to it. So let us know, and we'll try to make that work. Oh, Aurora Boris, welcome. Hope everybody's having a great day. Heist without killing, that's a boring heist. Okay, yes, it could be, but you gotta remember, some of the heists don't need killing. The thug could kill people in, like, a mob heist, for example, Lorfdale. Yeah, no problem, man. We do our stream at a time that is right in the middle of the day, so it hits a number of people. But that also means sometimes we're caught at work and have to do things. I expect at some point in the future I will have to miss a stream because I have to have a meeting or something. So, okay. So I'm not a huge fan of how that works just yet, but we can win and lose one. So, heist mission results, add members, add friends. So, okay. So, back in the game where this gets called, right here, for each Send the result message. Reset heist. Okay, so that's for the messages that are in there, and then we want to say if heist mission result dot surviving members dot any. So we want to say if anybody survived the heist. Oh, actually, you know what? We're just going to loop over them. So what is it? For each... So how am I supposed to do this? You're supposed to have like this on the clipboard, and then you say like for each or something like that. Heist mission result, and this is heist mission result dot surviving members. Survivor. For each survivor. So then we're gonna go ahead and say underscore currency something or other. Did we ever bring in the currency? Do we have that? No, we don't. We're gonna have to add that in there. Okay. I'll have a look. Heist. Join the heist. Mila. Apologize if I pronounced that wrong, but welcome to the heist. If you die in the heist, you lose coins. Yes, that would be the plan. Everyone got arrested because they're or if you die in the heist, you lose all tokens. No, you won't lose them all. I don't know what role you wanted to be. Heist carrier. Oh, yeah. Hang on. I will start a heist for you there, Yerksy. And I'm going to say heist, and we're going to say I'm going to be the hacker in the heist. So, there we go. So, I started up a heist, and I am the hacker on the heist. So, let's go ahead and add in currency generator. Currency generator. Let's go ahead and add that in. So now we want this to declare a field with initializer. We're going to put that field probably next to our automated action system. Underscore currency generator. We're going to make this private. I no longer need the word this. Currency generator. So I did not update the usings of that. Alt-N to get rid of that. And then if we're going to come down here and we're going to say, where is the heist start? Start heist, here we go, for each. Actually, I think add currency 2, and then we're going to say, I forgot I did it this way. So we're going to say grab their names. Oh, or was surviving members just names anyway? That was already a list of strings. Okay. Add currency 2 and tokens to add. We're just going to give everybody 50 tokens for surviving a heist right now. That sounds fine. I'm not worried about currency and tokens, things like that. It doesn't mean much yet. Helloja. So, heist hacker. Yeah, see, we already have a hacker. Thief, cool, heist, carrier. We already have a carrier, yep. Heist, thug, heist. And, yeah, so, it is supposed, so Yarksy, it is supposed to trigger when the last one's in there. I'm pretty sure we already had code that does that, so I'm gonna have to take a look at why it's not starting the heist. But it should trigger when the last one's there. It shouldn't wait for the timer. Yeah, so hang on, I'm gonna give you guys some bonus coins. That should have given you coins, but again, it's actually currency tracking is the piece that I need to refactor because there's a bug in it somewhere. So whew, man, there's something weird going on with that. I'll check it out in a minute. Either way, I'm going to stop the bot, actually. We're going to go ahead and start it over again. Twitchloff! Oh, there we... Oh, thank you. Much appreciated for the Twitch Prime sub. Make sure you enjoy the hype emote. For anybody that doesn't know, subscribers to the DevChatter channel get access to our hype emote, which is this little dinosaur, and you'll notice if you look at his hands, he's got little grabbers so he can hold the sign over his head because his arms are too short. So, I think he's pretty awesome. But, you know, that's me. So, alright, so we can attempt the heist. So, woohoo, another sub to the channel. Twitch Love Hype! And, so the interesting thing is that anybody that actually has Amazon Prime has Twitch Prime automatically, so it's actually pretty nice. Because it basically then means that you get a free you get a free Twitch subscription to a channel every month. So I actually use mine for a gaming channel. My Twitch Prime sub. Alright, so that is running. It's still throwing those. Let's go ahead and, so the bot has arrived, so let's go ahead and start a heist. Hey, that's funny, it randomly gave me the hacker anyway, I didn't even have to request it. Okay, so the other thing I want to take a look at is, already in heist. You are already in this heist. Heist game. You're already in this heist. So I did a dictionary contains value of that string. Display name. Contains value. So here's the weird part: is I want to make sure that this does a I would like for this to do a case insensitive compare, and I'm not sure it's doing that. So I'm wondering if that's why it can't tell that I'm already in the heist. See, it says the heist is full to me, but it really is that I'm already in it. Yeah. Everyone got arrested because they talked about it publicly. Okay. So I'm gonna take a look at that. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna drop a breakpoint in attempt to join heist. I'm going to go ahead and run the bot again. I'm going to start up a heist game. So we're gonna have the bot running over there. As soon as he gets in here, so it's doing, so that little while that it took there is okay, so I joined as the carrier, so now if I try to join the heist again, comes in here, see DevChatter, and it's chosen thief for me as my random role. I actually think I want to check that you're in it already first, so I'm going to move the order of these. Oh, we're not using it. That's why. I think we don't care about success. I think we just want to spit back this message, right? So we just want to say for each message in attempt to join heist result dot message. Oh, nope, there's just one. So we are just going to print out the message, and I'm not going to worry about whether or not it was a success. So we're just going to say chat client send message done. Now down here we're going to do the same thing and just say send a message. Okay. That ought to work. Ah, awesome suggestion there, Twitchloff. So Helosia, there might be some design patterns that I'm not thinking about that are inside the heist game. I'm not sure. We're using a few design patterns in some other places. And in fact, when we get around to fixing some of our other code, specifically the code related to the what's the word I'm going for here? The currency generator, and basically managing all that, all the tokens that everybody's earning. When we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to change how our repositories work. Yeah, sorry, we don't let people just post random links in the chat there, Krebo. So Nightbot will automatically block those, so that we don't have to deal with any of that. So your question was whether anybody's familiar with website prices, and part of the challenge is that there's a lot of variance in the cost of websites, Krebo, so it's hard to determine exactly how much a site would cost, because it really varies. But if it's just a brochure website, then prices usually are not that expensive. World Wake, yes, C# can now run pretty nicely in Linux. It could for a long time using Mono, but the story for running C# and .NET Core is much nicer than the previous one was. So let's go ahead and run this. I think now it's going to do the correct messages. So it turns out the problem was we weren't even using the... Actually, wait. Stop. Exit. Almost forgot. I was saying when I looked at this that we needed to switch the order of these. So we check to see if you're in the heist first. And then we check to see... if the role is already in there. So even if you got a random selection, you're not allowed to join twice whether or not the role is in there. So the first thing is, if you're already in there, you're not allowed back in. But then the second check is whether the role you were trying to get is one that matters. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to get the bot going again. And once the bot is in chat, then we're going to go ahead and try another heist. So now we have a heist. And if I do a carrier... You're already in the heist, and you aren't a multitasker. Alright, so someone else try to join as the carrier. Specifically request that role. And we'll find out how that one does. Ah, yeah, that makes sense, Twitchloft, because I'm doing a different thing. So it'll be a little bit weird, but I actually think it's probably okay. I'm not 100%. So Janisku joined. So because you did random, it was already being careful not to do that. Ah, perfect. Thank you, Twitchloft. Worked exactly as we wanted it to. Okay, so feel free to join the heist correctly now, everybody. Stream is some kind of... Yes, Worldwake. World domination is our plan. We are going to rob all of the mob banks. It will be wonderful. Please ignore the stack trace that's showing up in there. It is nothing important. Pay no attention to the stack trace behind the curtain. Worthy Lemonade, thank you for joining the heist. You are now our thief. Hopefully everybody is enjoying the heist game that we're building here. So I think that is working better now. I like that change. Let's go ahead and get a commit while we wait for that to run. So, that change is just changing the name to header. It wasn't in here. It wasn't over here. So this is rename the header role. And then these changes are so that is correct result for mission joining and heisting. There we go. So we're going to need to make some of these more advanced than they were before. Okay, so how did that go? Everyone got arrested. Wow. We got arrested again, guys. I tested that it checks if I am in the heist or not. Yes, you're already in the heist. Yep. New here, don't know what I am doing though. Worthy Lemonade. There's no thing to do. So we are just working on code together. So what we're doing right now is DevChatter bot, and we're building a heist game. The bot actually has other games in it as well. So we could play a game of Hangman, for example. Ignore the stacktrace.com. The bot heist checker works if you are already in the heist. Yeah, Janisku. It seems like it works, so that means that it was just that we weren't using these result pieces. So that's actually working pretty nicely now. So we've got that going. So now the heist actually works, and it is technically possible, although the heist is very hard to win. And the problem is Janisku knows our word list. So, Janisku can basically always win at our Hangman game. It's pretty easy. Random word list API. Word selection. Random word generator. Huh. No. Random word. Oh, these are terrible words. That would be so mean. Yeah. It's a tough one, guys. It's a tough one. We have to find it somewhere. some point we're gonna have to find a better set of random words. So we'll point it somewhere. Maybe we'll just make a list somewhere that it can point at. We could toss it in the... we could just make a file that just has word per line or something like that. We'll set that up at some point, I guess, maybe. Okay, so our heist game kind of works right now, but it needs a lot of work. It needs balancing and things like that, but I don't want this branch living out here any longer, so I am going to go ahead and set this one up to get a pull request. What was that? Was that my shortcut? Yeah, there we go. Adding the incomplete heist game. So I want to get this merged in, and then we can work on it as part of the bot. So we'll say that the heist game needs changes, enhancements, things like that, and can be a project we're actually working on. Hangman word randomizer algorithm. Yeah, great. That's fair. But what we can do simply is just also just add more words to the list. Okay, so we've got this one in here. I'm not sure if this build's going to succeed or fail, actually, now that I see that. I might have changed something. Let me go ahead and run these tests, and we're going to take a look. Oops, I didn't modify this. My bad. Let's see if we null ref when I do this. Null. My bad. We're gonna fix that. Pretend I didn't break everything. Run the unit tests. Fix the build error. Derp. Okay, test pass, so we're gonna send that up there. So now, okay, started rebuilding. Good job. Alright, so I want larger font on the Twitch chat. Is it possible? Twitchloft, that is a great question. I believe it is. Let me go ahead and take a look. Whoops, wrong thing. In fact, I might be able to do it without any change, but I'm not 100% on that. If I don't get it right away, it'll be on the next one. But here's the place where you can mention an issue like that. So if anybody does have any suggestions for the stream, go ahead and add them to our stream info issues. So go ahead and click new issue and type in something like, increase font size for the chat box. So if you want to see bigger chat box on that, for if you're watching videos after the fact or something like that, that would be a great place to make that kind of suggestion. Now, if you mean like in the actual Twitch chat bot itself, as in like you are on the Twitch site and you want, this chat over here to have a larger font size, that is something different. I assume you mean this chat box here. So let me know what you think on that one, and we'll watch as like a cycle of me goes down into that, never-ending area there. So, yep, that's how you would make that suggestion. Okay, so those tests are passing. Not the in-stream one. You were thinking on Twitch. Yeah, so I'm actually not sure how to increase the size of the Twitch one. If it's not in here, then I don't know. So, yeah, I'm not sure on that one. Okay, so our heist should now be able to get merged in, so I'm going to jump back over to the master branch. We are going to go ahead and once that gets merged in, we'll be in a much better place. So we will be happy campers. Okay. Janisku, you forgot to write Kappa in there when you said that. But yes, Janisku is correct. Also, if you're on a tablet, you can do like the pinch, or not pinch, stretch thing to zoom. That might work too. There also might be some Chrome extensions you can get away with using that'll do that kind of a thing. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the bot running, and we're going to go fix that, that stack trace issue that's totally not happening, because there's definitely not a stack trace. We didn't see one. We would know if there was a stack trace. Definitely not one of those. Nope. No stack traces here. Oh, Twitchlove, you're in the Windows client. Well, then I definitely don't have a good answer for you on that one. Excuse me. Alright, so let's get ourselves a new branch. We're gonna say fixing currency generator. So let's start fixing the currency generator. It has a handful of problems. So, chat user collection. This has a set of active chat users. I like the concept, not sure it's gonna work for us. So, let's start hacking. We're gonna make some big changes here. You'll see it's already causing problems. So the first thing I want to change is I want to change to just keeping track of the name of the user in here. We are going to use the repository and use real data now. So essentially I want to stop having these in-memory collections of objects that we're trying to maintain because I think it's causing us problems. We put it in here so we wouldn't be making lots of database calls all the time, but I think we need to keep the repository as the source of truth always correct. So I'm going to now make it so that so we're going to call this rename. Active display name. That display is actually okay. So add user display name. Is that the only thing we're using them for now? Okay, which means that now, can I make this a parameter? So we're going to move that up there. Then we're going to use that value there, that value there. Is there some way to just tell it to make this a... Nope. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. String display name is now the parameter. I'm going to let these build errors tell me where to fix. Can you maybe tell us something about the lock object? Haloja, yeah, I can explain the lock object. It's a little weird. Let me go ahead and do a couple of things real quickly, though. User to update display. Whoops. Display name, okay. So I'm currently changing it so that we're tracking the display name. So we're going to track the display name more often instead of actually having the user in here, which is going to make a couple of things weird. Section 8 Inc. Welcome, thanks for following. Hopefully you're enjoying DevChatter. Yeah, Haloja, I will definitely talk about the locks. Username. I want to make sure that we're doing a case-insensitive comparison on those values, so that's why we're doing that one. And this is actually just going to get us a string, and it's not going to be chat user, it is going to be... I'm going to rename this to... I don't need to necessarily create them here. Worthy Lemonade, hey, thanks for following. So I take it that means you're actually enjoying the stream. Glad to hear it. So get or create chat user, actually, now that I think about it, should now get an actual chat user. So let's change this type. So this is not, this isn't going to matter. So we don't need to find them in the active chat users. Doesn't matter if they're in there or not. What we're going to do is this. So we're going to say equals null. Actually, no, we don't even need that. We're just going to assign them right here. We no longer need that if statement. So we're going to put that right there. We're going to get rid of the if statement. We're going to remove that block that's around this. And then we are going to get or create a chat user for that one. Role equals user role dot. If we didn't find you in our database or anything like that, then, well, I don't know. That's a good question. What does get or create chat user needs? Let's get rid of that. We're just going to call this, we're not going to pass in the value, we're just going to pass that in there. And we're going to say user from database repository. Chat user is null. Watch user. Okay. Okay, user exists display. Okay, so oh, this is still using the old way of doing a case insensitive comparison. So we can get rid of that. If that or user exists if they're active or if they're in our database. Where were we checking this? Checking this here. Try to give coins, so make sure that they exist. They need to be in our database, I think, in order to give them coins, so... Well, we'll check in either spot anyway. I'm gonna pass in display name. And yeah, there's a lot of changes. We're really hacking this apart right now. That's now a string. This is this. That's really still a chat user. Okay, and we're gonna say equals insecure versus the coin giver. So we just want to find out, are you the same person? Get or create, no. We're gonna do this action. We're going straight to the database. We're not gonna mess around with pulling them out of the active users collection. We're going straight to the database. So we're gonna get or create a chat user straight from the database. We don't want to check that active collection. That's what's causing our problems. The return true, the return false. Yes. Twitchloft, we did it that way, just be a little nice to people on that one, but you're right. That one can easily just change. So, for example, we could just return the actual value. So we could literally just return this. And we're done. So that's the same thing. In fact, then we can actually make that an expression body and just say user exists as this. So it's any of those and any of those, and then we're done. And that's our user exists method, so we can make it super simple now. Okay, okay, see, so now it's trying to do things based on the chat users in collection, which is how things were not always getting updated right. So user from database, we want that to be display name now. And it should now, I think it's mainly just these token calls, which are the actual ones where we're trying to change currency amounts. And we don't want to do this on the chat user collection anymore. So what we want to do is, we want to say repository. Whoops, do I not have, repository? Repository? Do I not have the repository in here? Currency generator. Currency generator. Chat clients. Chat user collection. Currency generator doesn't have the repository. Alright, the change that we were gonna get... hang on. We have a pull request related to this. Let me get that before we go any further. Pull requests. Well, just said you made commits to these. Fix the changes, added 2 more things. We'll update your branch and then take a look. We're going to take one quick second. We're going to review the pull request from Heloja really quickly. And Summer, if you're still here, we're in code that's going to be kind of related to your stuff. So if I take a look at this, that's just the removal on that. That's fine, good. And then this is adding tests for bad path and a rename. Which you didn't pick up that was a rename. Remove simple command from repository given users a mod. Okay. And then not remove. A given user is anyone. Perfect. Verify, remove is called times never, and that should contain the simple command. Awesome. I approve those changes. So there we go. We'll bring the new one based on oh yeah. Yeah, so definitely some differences in that one. Did you wrap up the TwitchLib 500 error by any chance? Async awake, no, I didn't get rid of the Twitch 500 error, but that's actually not the stack trace that we're getting. We're looking at a different one right now. So basically what I'm doing is I am making it so that, and I apologize, I am going to do a little bit of collision with you here, Summer. Keep making your change though. I'll plan on merging in your code first. If I could spell iRepository, and then that is repository, and then we are going to declare a field. We'll put it right there. It's repository. Yes, Azuna. He means the one that's coming back from the Twitch API, not actually thrown by TwitchLib. And Janisku, yeah, TwitchLib has been TwitchLib is not updated in our project, but TwitchLib has had a lot of updates that we haven't yet taken advantage of and should. Okay, so at this point, we want to get all of the so we're going to use a chat user policy. By display name, actually the chat user collection had them. Actually, before I collide and mess up your stuff here, Summer, and really it's going to be like mess myself up when I'm merging in your stuff, I just realized I should take a look at update for each chatter. Maybe we want this to be chat user. I'm going to switch this back. This is going to be chat user again. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to make this chat user. So that's the update to apply. Chat user. Except that what we're going to do is we're going to pull it off of the repository like this. And then we're going to do the update to apply. Not on the display name, but on the chat user that came out of the database. And then we're going to say chat user dot display name. Okay. Update to apply. Chat user. We don't need to get them out of here. Because we're not keeping it in memory anymore. So now we just apply it to that one, then we update the database. Change this to do a refresh of the active instead of updating one by one. We're not changing in the collection. That's just keeping track of who's active now. It's not actually going to be the users. So that's part of our challenge. Okay. When we try to get a list of all users, yeah. So, that might be good-ish for now. Let's go ahead and build. We're going to run this again and take a look. Okay. We compile now. That's actually kind of impressive, to be honest. Can't believe we're already compiling. I thought that was going to take longer to fix. Track active usernames, not full objects. That's basically the change we made. Is we don't want to watch the crash. That's fine. That's fine. We're all fine here now. How are you? Let's bring the bot back in. There we go. All right, so the bot is back in here. Suzuna, it's getting an upgraded one. It's getting an upgraded HTTP client. We're getting a new HTTP client in .NET. Your question about like you wish Microsoft to do that. I think see Yarksy, yeah, see 2.1 we're getting a better way to do that. So there you go. You will be thrilled. Okay, so now we should be talking to the database for all these things. So okay, so someone had asked me about locks. So I want to talk a little bit about locks. So here's the idea of a lock. I will explain this in very simple terms. So basically the way that it works is, imagine that we have more than one thread running in our code. And the idea is that two threads might decide to call this same method, this update specification method that you guys can see up there highlighted on my screen. And that update specific chatters method gets called twice. We'll say once by each of two threads. So the first one in here gets to this line and calls lock. And so basically what that means is it locks on that object. And essentially what a lock here means is it wants to like physically hold that object. So it's going to hold on to it. So I've got a yo-yo here that I'm going to use as my representation of a lock. So I've got the lock. So someone else comes along, wants the lock, they come up here and they say, oh, you've already got it? Okay, no, I'll just wait. Let me know when you're done. And then because it's waiting for the lock, as soon as this one finishes, it's going to pass the lock over to the next one and move on. And so the idea is that this does create blocking code. And the idea is because while this other thread here is waiting until it can get access to this object, because until this hand lets it go, the other one's just stuck here. So any code that was waiting for this is stuck waiting, which is why locks are a little bit dangerous. But it lets us delay this kind of stuff. So in some instances, the reason you have a lock is because two things might try to start the same service, for example. So they might try to do the same operation. So for example, we're checking to see, do we need to watch this user? And need to watch this user is looking to see, is this person already in our system? And if they are, we don't need to add them. So when we call watch user, we're saying, oh, we don't need to do this? Okay, skip it. So we check this. We don't touch the lock if we don't need to, because it causes slowdowns and delays. But then we do grab the lock. But so the idea is that, like, I might have got, so like this one's got the lock, the other one comes along and it says, oh, that user's not in the database. Well, this one might have been doing the same operation. When it's done, it gets the lock and it says, okay, now I'm going to check. So now that we're in here, we check and we're like, oh, the last guy must have added it, is basically what we're saying. And so we don't do the operation because we said, oh, the last guy must have gotten to this. So that's the idea. Kind of hard to, I like a visual of that because it helps to explain it a little bit. Yes. Basically, only one thing is allowed into it. Oh yeah, Yarksy, that's a great explanation. Think of it like a blue porta potty, one person at a time. And that's basically the idea of a lock. But because of the fact that you can end up with a line waiting to use that blue porta potty, that's part of the reason why we a lot of times have if statements around our lock to kind of give you a little bit of safety. Okay, so Yep. So that's the idea, Haloja. Just, and there are patterns for how to, yeah. Wow, Yarksy, that's a great one. It's like a porta potty. You lock the door behind you, so you're the only one in the porta potty at a time. I like it. I like it. It's a really good explanation. Very good. Very good. Okay. So that's a lock. So now what I'm wondering is our currency stuff working better? You'll notice we're not getting our stack trace issues anymore. Already, I think we're not getting our stack trace issues anymore. So I'm going to toss Yarksy 50 tokens, because that was a really awesome answer. So, very good. We can't use that in TwitchLib, most likely, unless it's ported to Net Standard. HTTP Factory in 2.1. So, Suzuna, to answer that question about that thing, there are some ways that you might be able to get away with using things that are .NET Core specific and full framework specific. So you can actually, now it sucks to do, but you can make it so a library uses a different client depending on which one you're in. So anybody in full framework would be using a full framework tool, and anybody in core would be using the core one. And so you can actually implement those. I have had to do projects before where we've needed to support both core and full framework. So you can do it. It's just not all that pretty. Okay. Yeah. I think that is probably good there. Let's go ahead and make sure we're all committed. Nice. I am going to make that a pull request. So, fixing the currency generator. Hey, welcome everybody from the PritchettBots channel. So, welcome. Hopefully you guys are having a great Thursday. Ladies, gentlemen. Oh, unhost, what? Oh, PritchettBots. I am insulted. You want to unhost me. You're a terrible person. You're a terrible person. Fixing currency generator exceptions. Exceptions. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to create that pull request. Thanks, PritchettBot. Sheesh. Welcome, everybody. Alright, so that one's going to run as well. If people could... Urgent0240, welcome. Thank you for following. Hopefully you enjoy DevChatter. I am going to toss the Help Wanted label on these two pull requests. So if anybody in chat wants to hop onto our GitHub and give any feedback or anything on these before I merge them in, I would appreciate it, because I would like to have someone take a look at those before I actually push those in. So, yeah, unhost loose 10 coins. Sorry, Janiscu, I'm going to make fun of that and say loose. So, there we go. Pull request for that. Saransasidharan. Oh man, I butchered your name. I'm so sorry. I will try better next time. Maybe I won't mess it up so hard. I am actually going to stay on... I'm going to stay on this branch. I'm going to branch off of this branch. because I want to get this one merged in earlier rather than later, because I think that this one is the more bug-free one. So what do we need to tackle that's in here? Show the amount of who's... No, we're not going to do that one. That one, someone else can do that one. Send whispers to users that request a command that airs out. That we're going to do. So we're going to give the bot... so we're going to say chat client whispers. Whoops. I meant to say -b. Alright, so now we've got that. So now we're in a branch, and I want to hop over to chat client. So we're going to jump over into iChat clients, chat, chat. Chat client. iChat client. There we go. I finally stopped failing. Don't worry, guys. I got this. IR professional coder extraordinaire. So this one we're gonna send a whisper. Not whisper, we're gonna call it direct message. Send direct message, and then this has to have some kind, it's gotta have the username. And in fact, I think we want username to be first. I'd love to change over to using full .NET Core and not just ASP.NET Core in my project. Too many external dependencies on things that work on .NET Framework. Yes. Yeah, Yark, that's the problem that we all run into. I have an ASP.NET Core project that does have dependency on the full framework because it has to work with the Office tools. And so there's not a great solution for manipulating like PowerPoint files and things like that from inside .NET Core as far as I know yet. So it could be a little while. So console chat. What, we still have console chat client in here? Console chat client, goodbye. We'll see if I regret that. So, now we got that going. Last thing is this one. We want to go to the Twitch chat client. This does not implement all of the interface yet. I'm going to implement that interface. I'm going to click some keyboard shortcuts to do all my work for me, because that's what I do. I click keyboard shortcuts and they do all my work for me. So in this one, this is the Twitch chat client. So just like with send message, we're going to say if is ready Twitch client send whisper. What did they do? Receiver? Yep, there you go. Username message. What do we got? Rock, paper, scissors game going on. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock. Oh, yep. You need more coins. Yeah, everybody's welcome to play rock, paper, scissors against the bot. In fact, as long as there's not a bug, which we think there might be, you should get coins for playing rock, paper, scissors if you win. You lose them if you lose, so welcome to gambling, folks. Okay. The only thing is that one, so we're going to let the rock, paper, scissors game finish because I'm a nice guy. And then once the rock, paper, scissors game is done, we're going to restart the bot and we're going to take a look at how this code works. So, that was adding the ability to whisper, which we didn't have in there, so... if anybody is enjoying our C# coding today, make sure you hit the follow button so you get notified when we go live next. Our next stream will actually be on Saturday. No one chose scissors! Wait, the Phlox tried to. Why didn't the Phlox get in? RPS scissors. Yeah, the Phlox, because it didn't register you getting in there. Yarksy got in and you didn't. I wonder if it was, I wonder if you sent that in like right as it was finishing, so the game had already, the game might have already said that, no, he spelled scissors right. The Phlox spells it. No, you don't have to be following to play the game. Although you're welcome to follow. Yeah, no, the game should have let you in. Well, actually, why am I starting a new one? We don't want to start a new one. I'm stopping the bot. Yeah, I'm not sure why it didn't get his. So, it's tough to say that's when we saw it in there, but I don't know. Hey! Welcome to Phlox, thanks for following. So what I don't know is when the message got to the bot, because if the bot got the messages in a different order than we see it in chat, because that data does need to get communicated to the bot from Twitch. So, tough to say. Async await, just sitting there waiting for that. There you go. Alright, let's get a rock, paper, scissors game going there. I was randomly assigned paper. Best one ever. Everybody likes paper. Alright, so hopefully someone wins this time. Could you use a concurrent collection of some sort to remove all the manual locking? Twitch Love, yes, I could change up the collection that we're using and then we wouldn't have to do manual locks. Those exist and would actually work exactly the way that you're suggesting that they do. It's just something for the future. If you want to take a stab at it, you are welcome to. Let's see. Hang on one second, everybody. Okay, so looking back at this code again, so our Twitch chat client should now have the ability to whisper. Now, the issue that we were talking about is send whispers to users that send whispers to user that requests a command that errors out or bot is unsure what they mean. Welcome, Mass Turks. I apologize for butchering your name, Mass. Mass? You're gonna have to tell me what that one is. But man, did I butcher that badly? I got some other people's names right, like Lorf Dale earlier. So I win some points sometimes, I lose some points other times. Max. Oh, Max, that works. Yeah, see, I can get Max. Max is easy. That's the name I can say. Unless MAX is pronounced like Mox. At which point I totally messed it up already. I swear it's not rigged. Thank you, Janiscu. Okay, so let's take a look at the rock, paper, scissors one. And Kalosh! I'm sure I messed that up, but welcome. Thank you for following. And if anybody does want me to get your name right, just tell me how to say it, and I will try to say it better. Yarks. Well, congratulations. Now you're Yarksy. It's a reasonably good one also. So, in here, where do we say didn't pick, so we randomly assigned this? So let me start the rock, paper, scissors game again. So we say wants to play, how to join, which maybe I should bring those together. Attempt to start a new game. You're running. Start new game. Wants to play. So I'm going to merge these. Seconds to join. So we're going to do that. To join, simply do this. So we're going to reduce the number of messages there. And then that's the delay message that's going to show up later. So we're merging those two. And then I'm going to send you a whisper that we randomly assigned you something. Well, no. Now we've shortened that message. I'm not going to whisper that one. We're going to make verbose help text go to your... get whispered to you. That'll be the change we'll make there. Rock, paper, scissors game. Let's commit this one separately. Shorten RPS game start text. This is remove console chat client. Add whisper support to Twitch to chat clients. Okay, so you've added whispering. Used it for years, thought it was creative. Looks like Yarks, but sounds like Yarks. Turns out it's X-ray backwards. Yes, it is. I hadn't thought of that. Oh, nobody won. Bummer. Yeah, so I go by Brendonius, obviously, for anybody that didn't figure that one out. Okay, so what I am gonna do is one thing really quickly here, everybody, so don't mind me. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and push those changes, and let's jump back into this code. Okay. So... Hey, nice green sword there. Alright, so now I want to change how the full text command... So we just added the ability to whisper. Let's do something with it. So, what I want to change is this. Let's hop over into commands. We're going to take a look at the help command. The help command is verbose mode. So if is verbose mode, we are going to send a direct message, and the direct message is going to... Do we have the chat user already somewhere? Chat user? Nope. Okay. We didn't extract it out anywhere, so we're going to go ahead and say chat user dot display name requested command dot full help text. There we go. So we're going to say send a direct message to the user that requested this and send them the full help text. So now if you ask for verbose mode, it is going to whisper it to you. Yep, there you go, Worthy Lemonade. You figured out how the help command works. It'll tell you what commands are available, but you could also do, for example, like help coins, and it'll give you the text for that. But now we're about to check and see. The question is, if full help text is empty, do we send the regular help text? Max, yes. So right now, yes. If there's a draw, you're still going to lose your coins. But I want to change how that works, so that we tweak that a little bit. And that's actually something. If someone wanted to get to that before me, our code is actually all out on GitHub, so you can send us pull requests for any of these things. And we do have a number of people that their first ever contribution to an open source project is directly here on our chatbot project. So if you are looking for, a chance to, be, in the open source community and actually make a GitHub pull request, this is a good chance to do it. So, whisper, well, let's run it and find out what happens. No one's running a rock, paper, scissors game, I don't think, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the bot. We're going to go ahead and run it, and I'm going to try doing a verbose check. And yes, our verbose parameter and everything is all like stupid simple right now. We're going to need to make it more advanced than it is, but it works. So coins help, so help -v coins. Did I get a whisper? Hang on. It said use coins to see your current coin total, or use coins at someone else to see another user's coin total. So I got the whisper. So you can go ahead and try that, and the bot should whisper you the help text if you try verbose mode now. Which means we can start putting big stuff in the verbose mode help text, because it's going to whisper instead of Yarksy! I don't know what's going to happen on that one, Yarksy. So, but there you go. You guys can give that one a try. So, send full help text as a whisper. Should make that a little bit nicer. Ah, you didn't get anything. Yeah. So it should see that not as a command. Like, it shouldn't know what command you requested, so it shouldn't mess that up. But either way, kind of a funny one. Hang on. That deserves this, right? Stop trying to break stuff. Stop trying to break stuff. Hang on, everybody. Yeah. Hopefully everybody gets both of those references. Yeah, no, Yarksy, I was kidding. We actually do want people to try to break stuff. It's how we, you know, tell if things are working or not. Gotta get people to break stuff. It's the only way to do it. I'm usually breaking my code, not others. Yeah. And don't forget, everybody, it's always important to break your code. Drop table users. Thank you, WorldWake. Exactly what we needed. Alright, so I would say that actually works pretty well and gets us set up with our first stuff that uses whispers. So I am also going to set up a pull request for this one. Although it's kind of dependent on the other one. So I am just going to go out, be the brave person, and just say this code is working clearly. There's no way it has any bugs, and I'm going to merge it in. Because there's no way it has any bugs. Because I don't write bugs in my code, ever. Yep. Nope. Never done it. Haven't written one. Get status, get checkout, master, get pull, get checkout, check client whispers, get rebase, master. Look away for a second, everybody. Nobody saw that. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. Nobody saw anything. What are you guys saying? I didn't see anything. Look, I think I'd know if I did something over here in that window. Nothing happened. You didn't see a thing. Shh. Nobody saw anything. There's nothing to see here. Alright, chat client whispers. Send direct message. Yep. Okay. Create a pull request. Chat client. Whisper support. And what was the other thing? Verbose help, full help text, whispered. Okay, there we go. So what happened was, worked for me, RPS Rock, V-Bucks. The verbose is neat, but it only sends out to you. The private message chat doesn't let you whisper anything to it to keep anything out of main chat. You're right. You can't send commands to the bot in a whisper, which I think for security reasons I want to keep it that way. Janiscu. Yeah, but typing coins here gave my total typing and the private message says nothing. Yeah, exactly. So Yarksy, so the reason why is that what I don't want to have happen is I don't want people to like whisper to the bot and like find some, you know, like oh, the bot came back with this response and this thing, you know, like basically I don't want people sending like some commands it would be perfectly safe to have as whispers probably. But what I don't want is like commands that do much going in there. Like we may eventually allow commands to be in there, but it opens up a can of worms because then I and the mods can't see what people are doing necessarily unless we're like watching a log of the activity, which I don't currently log the activity in here, so we don't really see what commands and things it's running. Okay, so Summer, we won't worry about so don't worry about breaking them apart. Leave them as one pull request. Don't bother separating them. As I said, I'm fine merging them in all as one. I know it's a complicated thing. You know how to get your master head and update my fork with it and integrate. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I will go ahead and I will get that fixed for you. So, wait, Summer, did you undo your pull request? Oh, so, where's your fork, Summer? I might be able to fix it. Had I pulled it down already? Yeah, I don't necessarily want to lose your change though. Not if you already did some work on it. Which one's yours? This one, right? Currency generator. Oh, you did some force overwrites on your master. Well, that'll mess things up. Yeah, so the reason why I didn't want you guys to see my force thing, you don't wanna do any forcing stuff. Yeah, exactly, Yarksy. There's a lot of things, like, I even occasionally forget to do a roll check or two, so, because we're just kind of putting this in here right now. So, yes, exactly. So Yarksy, I am planning on having games where the choice needs to be secret of certain things, and so that'll be done through whispers. But we might be able to set it up so that we could make it so that certain commands at certain times could come through the whispers, and that's probably a safer approach. So I would say like whitelisting certain commands to be able to do it, and Summer, my question would be, if you saw Jeff Fritz jumping off a bridge, would you do that too? Yeah. Speaking of Jeff Fritz, Fritz, let's all wear hats. Yeah. You guys want to drink some water? You guys want to drink some water? Have a hoagie? You know, go Flyers. I'm Jeff Fritz. That was a joke. I didn't look anything like Fritz when I did that. Now my hair's all messed up. That's what I get. Now someone's gonna like clip that and be like, Fritz, look, Brendan made fun of you on stream. Kinda. I like Fritz. He's a good guy. Alright, so... so... Summer, your code was in here, and I don't remember where it is now. It was 142, I think, he said. Is it still here? Can I still get to it? Closed. Okay, cool. It's still here-ish. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here, and I'm actually just going to take... Yeah, War of the Twitch Bots. This summer, War of the Twitch Bots. Yes, I might have had it in a new branch in my repo. Ah, okay. Yeah. Always good to have extra branches, especially while you're messing with stuff. Okay, so you did an add currency 2 on the currency generator. You added that to the currency generator, so yeah. So Summer, if you want to, like, you could just go to these things, just make these changes explicitly in your code again. So if you just go to this page that I'm on here, take these changes, and just like copy paste them out of here and into your code, you know, fixing things because it's probably going to pick up that plus sign there. But, you know, this is just like a handful of changes. If you just make these again, then if you just do that set of changes, I will go ahead and approve that and send that in, and then just send this in as a separate one. So it should be pretty easy. Oh, you already did this to a new branch. Then send it in the pull request from your new branch, and we'll go ahead and merge it in. Yeah, Git is actually fairly complicated if you don't know Git all that well. Okay, so over here, whoa, 8 branches. Okay, because you have my branches. New followers need updated an hour ago. All right. So you've got this one. Where's this one ascend? This was conflicting files, currency generator. Okay. Got it. Let's see. Wait, what did it, what, hang on. I should go back to more, here's the menu branch, using get started. It's not actually that bad, just make sure before you have before pushing it to a remote. Made that mistake way too many times before I can, yeah, it's complicated because you went, yes, Hello's is correct. It gives you a lot of power once you've got it, and you also do want to be careful and don't force ever unless you know exactly what you're doing, and it's always a good idea to save an extra copy, make another branch, something like that. It gives me power I have no idea what I actually want to do with. So hang on. So if we come over here, we're over on yours. So you should have the master branch here. This branch is 1 commit, 15 commits behind master. Hang on, let me go ahead and we will go ahead and do the same thing elsewhere. For example, here. Did I branch it all? Nope. Yeah, see? My TwitchLib stuff's way out of date because I forked it a long time ago. So basically, you gotta actually pull from mine in order to get that up to date. It's a little weird. You get the wrong view when you're over on mine, because mine is not the one. So basically, what you want to do is you want to merge in my master, or as Hello just says, rebase on my master, is what you want to do, and you can do that from the command line pretty easily. But I brought in the pull request from this, and so I can go yank that code, and I will fix that request, send it in, and then we'll make that one right. Wait, which one is it? No, pull requests. No. Branches, master. Let's fetch again, because it needs to know about that new pull request. There we go. So this is the one. Get checkout master merge. That would be just doing a merge. I want to go the other way. That's stupid. Says there's a problem in currency generator. So Do GitHub forks still have the original repository as a remote with the same name? Ah, there you go. That would work. And actually, if you push it, I think if you push it into your feature branch, I think that will end up updating the pull request that I've got there already. So I will watch for that. So you updated your master a minute ago. Cool, cool. Oh, nice. Very nice, Async Awake. And the nice thing is Async Awake can actually post links without Nightbot smacking him down. So once that change gets in there, we can merge this in and it'll be good. Oh yeah, arid tag. Exactly. The band hammer is coming. Yeah. You know me and tokens. I like playing games, so it's pretty easy. All right. Well then, let's do a little bit of cleanup while we wait. Get branch merged. Get branch. Whoops. Get checkout master. Get branch merged. Get branch dash D. And yes, I know there are a million commands I could do that would just do this for me. Code cleanup. Delete quotes. Fix null ref. Fixing currency generator. Resilient automation. And top command changes. What branches do we have now? We have Heist Game, which we sent up as a pull request. We have Default Operations, which we're still working on. Chat Client Whispers, we sent that up as a pull request as well. And then we have some PRs from people. We're going to say PR that. I don't need your PR code locally, so I am going to nuke it. 43 and 49. Get branch. There we go. That's not bad. Okay. The Twitch Loft, the point of the iBot main interface. There isn't one necessarily. Let me show you what it is used for. It really doesn't do anything. We can get rid of it. So, JD Phoenix created it when setting up our autofac, which works pretty well, but we don't actually need this. So if you take a look in here, he resolves based on that, but we could actually just change all references to bot main, to iBot main, to just be references to bot main instead, like so. And then inside of bot main, we could get rid of that reference. And then if we take a look in our core program, we don't need this anymore. Now there is one other thing we need to do, which is go in here, go to the module as self. And now we don't need that interface, I think, if I didn't miss a reference to it. We'll find out immediately if I missed one, because this will just bomb out if I missed one. So, let's see. Woohoo. Okay? Not necessary. So, I am going to make a branch called Benric remove ibot main interface. Create new branch. Create new branch. Publish the branch. Now you hop up onto GitHub. Once on GitHub, you go over to the pull request section and you create a new pull request for the ibot main interface removal. But I did not commit, did I? Remove the ibot main interface. I have a cat climbing on my leg. Kitty wants to say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. This is Jolie. He is a kitty. Say hi. Say hi, Jolie. Hi, everybody. My name's Jolie, and I'm a cat. Meow. Roar. Roar. See, he just wants love. That's all he wants. Okay, so now when I do this, now there's actually a pull request to make. Remove the ibot main interface. There we go. Okay, I wonder how would one go implement in the IDE that it sends a shutdown command to the bot when you start recompiling it while it's still running. Yerxy is correct. You could do that from a build script. There's a number of ways you could, but I wouldn't want to because sometimes you guys are in the middle of a game and I feel bad when I, stop the bot. So, async him. But actually you'd prefer sounds of the other cat purring because the other cat is ridiculously loud. I don't know what is up with her, but she just sounds like a motorboat when she's purring. The cat is actually named after. So, you guys might remember there's a regular in the stream named Smartasky, and when I said the name of the cat that I just picked up, he actually replied in. So this is the namesake. Jolie Bindo is who this cat's named after. Jolie Bindo. So this Jedi from Star Wars. Say that cat's named after. Create a framework in the bot for Heist Game. I have a feeling a lot of people have named their cats after Star Wars characters. I know a Vader cat, for example, also. Okay, so we just finished messing around with our module. We have that pull request that as soon as that finishes building, I am going to merge in. Summer, did you end up figuring this one out or not? Sushinator, welcome. Fix the commits you were behind by. Still says that we have a conflicting file, which is weird. Yeah, it says there's a conflict, so I would take a look at that one, Summer, and we can get that resolved. But I am going to merge in this change, removing that interface, because that one's a really simple one. Okay, there's one issue still. All right, that's cool. You access the build script and some signal and software. Yeah, basically, you'd be killing it from command, which is possible, and then would make that work. Jack client whisper support. I am also, so I'm gonna let this branch update, and then once it's good, I'm gonna merge this one in as well. I don't actually think someone really needs to review this one. Oh, hey! Noxy, you actually followed this time. That's impressive. Hang on. There you go. Bonus, Noxy. 5 coins. There you go. Have your 5 coins, Noxy. Have your 5 coins. Although technically, I think that would have made more sense if I'd done this. There we go. Yeah, Noxy, you use that to buy bitcoins. That's how these are really valuable. I think each DevChatter coin is worth what, like 3 full bitcoins? Is that what you guys are remembering on the exchange rate for that? Come on, AppFair. Let's go. Let's go. You should be running this right now. It says it's queued. We have the free app there, so it's not exactly going to get to our stuff all that fast. Thinking about writing some hook in the bot which would be listening to certain events and then act accordingly, and that way it would go by the book. Yeah, so WorldWake, if you want to write something, if you want to add domain events or something like that so you can trigger something like that where the bot would be listening for certain things to happen, that could be very, very cool. In fact, having a shutdown command would be an awesome thing for a lot of parts of the bot to be able to respond to. Oh, you think our coins have doubled in value since yesterday? That's good. No service with information trigger from outside the bot. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need an outside the process one, but it's possible. Because I don't think we need it to trigger on a build. Yeah, I wouldn't have it happen off a build. Is the only concern I've got on that one. It's just because I don't want it to end up messing with that. Oh, and this is approved. I'm gonna go ahead and merge this one. Yeah. Do I wanna? Yeah, he's in an entirely separate file that nothing else touched. It's a brand new file. I am gonna go ahead and use my administrator privileges and just merge that instead of throwing another thing into the set. Yep, you guys didn't see me do a thing. You saw nothing. Oh, dang it. You know what I forgot to click? I could have just clicked this button, and then you guys wouldn't have been able to see anything. But I didn't think about it at the time, so congrats. You got to see me do things that I shouldn't be doing. Okay. Is this running yet? Ah, there we go. Okay. So it ran the one, but not the next one yet. The cat wants to upsies again. Hello, everybody. Jolie says hi. No, Noxy. Actually, the no peeking screen is if I need to put something like an OAuth token into a file so that no one can see my OAuth token or something like that. So that is what my no peeking screen is for. That way I don't do what C# Fritz did and show my OAuth token on stream so that I then have to change it because everybody's seen my OAuth token. That's the kind of horrible thing that you can do on stream. And then you gotta really hope no one goes and logs into your account and runs your bot or whatever, or does something, you know, stupid. But hey, welcome to streaming. Don't accidentally show a password on stream. So I think the cat just wanted a hug. Alright, complaints about what, yeah, so, I might be able to help with that at some point, Summer. Alright, you can go down now, Jolie. There you go, bud. That's my green screen, please don't knock it down. The cat owns everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back in here. Where are we? We are on the master branch now. We're going to fetch. And then. Let's go ahead and. Someone, oh right, yes, it was Arid Tag's pull request that had a change. This one. Browser. So something that we're going to add soon, I want to add our cached repository back into this project. We had it in the past, and I would like to have it again. So that's something I'm going to definitely put in at some point, is our cached repository. But, before we do that, so I am going to merge in this pull request, because it is able to, and I don't think we need anything else there. I think, let me just go ahead and do an uptime here. Uptime command. We've been going for 3.5 hours. I think I'm going to call it here. So, as a couple of outs here for the day, I want to go ahead and remind everybody that all the code that we do on stream here is available on GitHub. So if you do want to check out any of the stuff that we've got, make sure you go there to look at it. You can use it, you can fork it, you can send us pull requests, you can send us issues, whatever you want to do. All of this stuff is available, and you should be able to use it. A couple of other points that I do want to also point out before people leave. If you like this channel at all and are having fun, make sure you click that follow button so that you get alerted when we go live the next time. And you can choose to either actually get notification alerts if you leave the notification in there, or just when you head to Twitch, you'll be able to see ours in your list of followed channels so that you don't miss a stream. And so you don't miss a stream. We stream 4 times a week, and in that stream, I'm going to go ahead and use the schedule command, if I type it correctly, and I'm going to put that in my time zone. So we stream on Mondays at 2 p.m., Tuesdays at 2 p.m., Thursdays at noon, and Saturdays at 1 p.m. So our next stream is Saturday. We actually had a bonus stream, so this is the 4th day in a row having a DevChatter stream, so hopefully you guys are having a good time. And if you do want to get that schedule in your time zone, we're eventually going to add in words. Worldwake! Thanks for following. I'm actually kind of surprised you weren't following already. But yeah, as Sushinator shows you, you can adjust to whatever your time zone is. Just do your offset from UTC. So if you are 2 hours ahead of UTC, then you can go ahead and put that in there. And that will tell you what your time zone, what time it starts for you. So the -7, for example, I believe Yarksy just gave us what my start times in Pacific time. So if you live in the on the west coast of the United States, then that set of ones are in there. -7. That's mountain. Is that mountain right now? I don't think that's mountain right now, Yarksy. Mountain time right now is at -6, isn't it? It's -7 when it's standard time, but we're in the summer, so hang on. Hang on. Mountain time. Mountain daylight time. Mountain daylight time. 6 hours behind. Mountain daylight time. -6. See, Yarksy? You're thinking Mountain Standard Time, which is a different time. You're not observing that one right now. -7 during the winter, and it's -6 during the summer. So, welcome to time zones. As it turns out, developers are actually the only people that understand time zones at all, and even us, we still sit here and go, this is really, really confusing. Yeah, so actually, as it turns out, you switch time zones is the way that it works. So when you switch into daylight savings time, you're not changing the time. You're not changing your clock. What you're doing is you're changing what time zone you're observing. So like, my state observes Eastern Standard Time during the winter, and then during the summer we observe Eastern Daylight Time, which is a separate time zone. So that's actually how that works. So it's really weird. And only developers actually need to know that. Oh, awesome. That's very cool, Summer. I will check that out, and actually I might even be able to merge it really quickly so we can get that in. Pull requests. It says it's mergeable, huh? Cool. Let's take a look at the files changed. So that doesn't matter. Add currency 2, yep, that's in there just as it was before. And you added that to the interface. You've got a constant at the top. You accept that as a parameter. You created a field for it. And then you've got your extra message in here, and you add currency to the person and pass it in, and I am going to approve that. Pull request. Oh, I can't approve because it's my pull request. So I sent in your pull request just so we'd have it. But we'll still merge it. It is, I pull requested your code in. So there we go. Sad the bot does not know enough about the caller to determine the time zone itself. Yes, Sushinator, so we're not going to be able to determine the time zone ourselves, but I would like to make it so that you could do this. For for example. But then people have to know that they're in Mountain Daylight Time and not Mountain Standard Time, which is another problem. So I would rather they be able to say something like, you know, Mountain Time or something like that, you know, or like, you know, or when I'm reporting it back, and, you know, if we said like -6, for example, it might go back and it might say our schedule in and just at least choose one of the time zones for that. So, all right. Anyway, so congratulations, Summer. Your code has been merged in. First successful pull request contribution to an open source project. Well done. Hooray. Hype, 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 hype. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, thanks everybody who followed today, and thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, Twitchloff, and everybody else. Thank you for all your support, and I will see you all on Saturday. Don't forget that you can talk with us after the stream. So if you want to chat with everybody else that's in here, you can hop on our Discord. There really are discussions about code on there. So we actually do talk about the project and various things about coding. So you are all welcome to join. The link is in chat. There's also probably a link down below somewhere. And also, if you do want to see any of our old videos to see how we got here, you can take a look at those. They're in the videos section here. But anything older than that is out on YouTube. And you should be able to use those links that are in chat to check those out. So I will see everybody on Saturday, so enjoy the rest of your Thursday, have a great Friday, and we will look forward to writing some more code on Saturday. On Saturday, we're going to be working on our game tracker program because we want to get that into a solid position so that we can have a guest on stream to work with us on that. And I am expecting to have at least one guest on stream next week, if not two. So there will be some fun pair programming, so I look forward to seeing you all there. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.